What's up, y'all? Welcome to another episode of We Ballin' 2 podcast. It is me, Deb, and Coach Ani. We are back again. We had to come back because we found out that the McDonald's All Star game is actually on Tuesday in Arizona. So we wanted to come in and do another video and talk about the players that'll be there. I think it's dope that the game is going to be played in Arizona along with the Final Four and the championship game. So that is like the perfect setup for just amazingness. And both of us are sad and in our feelings because we will not be there in Arizona.
Sad and
And that's
distraught.
where yes,
We're
we've
distraught.
been talking about it every day. It comes up in conversation about how we want to be in Arizona. Um, but the way the world is set up, it just is not in the cards right now. So we're gonna get into it. I want to start off by talking about the number one overall player in the country. If you don't know who this is, her name is Sanaya Hall. She plays for Spire Academy, which is in Ohio. She plays with another player that's going to Louisville. Um, oh my God, her name just went right out the window. She's a guard that's going to Louisville. So if anybody watched the OTE select games in the summertime, which I encourage people to do constantly, to watch the games, to see who was on these teams and to see them play, because these girls were amazing and the games were they were lit. I went to every single game and they were so much fun. These girls are super talented and super competitive, and for what's coming next year, I'm definitely excited. I literally say this every year though. When I see the McDonald's All American game, I'm like, oh my God, oh my God, oh my God, oh my God, oh my God. Last year, of course, I watched a whole bunch of high school championship games before the McDonald's All American game. So I kind of knew who was going to be in the McDonald's All American game. I kind of knew who was going to wear. I had seen Jazzy and a bunch of other players before they even got to the McDonald's All American game. I was watching. Sanaya Hall is, um, she's amazing. If you don't know who she is, I suggest that you do a deep dive on Sanaya Hall. She's going to USC, and she basically can play any position. If you want her to bring the ball up, she can bring the ball up. She reminds me of Joyce Edwards on steroids. That's what she reminds me of. The way she plays, she actually plays a lot like Jazzy Davison. Actually, they have a similar game, but she has a bigger body like Joyce. So if that makes sense, she's a little bit like Joyce is good, but I think Sanaya's handles are better. And I think and if she works on them even more, they'll be even more legit when it comes up in the fall. Because Jazzy was the same way. I think her handles got better over the course of the season, and I think that same thing's going to happen for Sanaya Hall. She is absolutely phenomenal, and I think people need to go and watch her highlight video. Try. I don't know if the OTE games are up. I looked for them. I didn't see them. Her team won the championship game, deservingly so, over Kalina Smith and their team. Great game. Great game. Um, so that's who the number one overall player in the country is. Now, um, some people have Kate Harpering as the number one overall player, but she's the number one point guard in the country. But Sanaya is the number one overall player in the country. So we'll start with the east side of on the for the team. So the east side has Sanaya Hall, of course, Olivia Lusoka. She is from Christ the King Regional School in New York, ranked number 5.
They
Number
always have good
2,
teams and good talent. Christ the King.
of course, she's going to UConn. They got another one. I mean, they just keep reloading. Quite honestly, they just keep reloading. Um, Kate Harpering, uh, she is a who can I say she plays like? She is she has like this turnaround fade off one foot. The just and it's so smooth. It's so like it's nice. Like seeing her in the championship game because of course Creekside played them last year in the Final Four, and the defense that Southside defense was just too much, and we got in her head, and she still got off and got her points, but she couldn't get over the hump. Like it was just too much. The defense was too much for her. But this year in the championship game, she went off for 40 points. For I believe it was 40 points. Um, just absolutely amazing, amazing game. She's a good rebounder. Um, she plays good defense. She's got long arms. You know, getting in the passing lane, jumping routes. She's going to be great in North Carolina. After last year, when I saw that she committed, I was like, I don't know. But this year, after seeing her play again, it makes sense now. I see it now. So um, she's going to be good. She also played in OTE Select against. She just can't beat CC. Bless her heart. They lost to. I can't. I don't think they lost. I don't think they played CC's team, but she didn't make it to the year before her team won the championship in OTE. So then we have Jordan Jackson. She is at Sidwell Friends. That's another school that just continues to put out really good basketball players. Sidwell Friends is a really good school in DC, and they got a juggernaut of players that come out. She is ranked um, so nationally ranked, I have here number 11 for her position, a shooting guard. She's ranked number 4. And of course, she's going to Maryland. I think she'll do well at Maryland. I feel like she's going to do a year at Maryland and then she's going to leave. Because I think the only reason she's doing Maryland is because it's close to home. Kind of like what Angel did. Angel stayed close to home. And then once she got a taste of she was like, I'm out. So I think that's probably why she chose Maryland because I'm pretty sure she had other offers. Autumn Fleerly, McDonough in Maryland, number 15 overall rank, and number 3 at the point guard position is going to Duke. Um, Olivia, let me see, are we at Olivia Jones, 5'11. She is from Long Island Lutheran, New York. I did watch them play the other day. She's nice. She's going to Vanderbilt. So Vanderbilt again, another team they just reloading. I like what Shay Ralph is doing down there at Vanderbilt. Like I appreciate the recruiting that she's doing and what she's bringing and creating these teams that are just able to compete. I love to see the parity in basketball. Lily Williams is out of Howell, Michigan. Um, Again, another one that's staying home and going to Michigan State. She's nationally ranked number 19, number 3 as a point forward in the country. Um, I mean, she's 6'5". What do they say about you can't teach tall?
You can't teach height.
You can't teach it. Like you got that. You are three steps ahead of everybody else. Um, so remember I told you in the last video that Silas Hordes had a sister named Savvy. Okay, well she's going to Kentucky. So I like the fact that she's not she's not going where her sister is. I think that's good. She's also from Long Island Lutheran, um, ranked number 10 nationally, number 3 in the country as a CG, and she's good. I watched her play the other day. Um, it was one of those things. I'm like, let me see what this game is about, and they said her name Swords. And I said, oh, is this Silas' sister? Okay, let me tune in. And then I started watching, which is how I ended up finding out about her and um, the other Olivia Jones that I watched. So she's good. She's not as tall as her sister, but um, she's got game. She's got a nice game to her. Emily McDonald is she's also from Long Island Lutheran. They just listen. Long Island was not playing. Okay, them New York teams don't. New York, California, and Georgia.
No, Kentucky wasn't playing. They went up and got 2 of them.
They absolutely, which is listen. So I'm trying to think because Tony's leaving. Tony is leaving, so they need a guard, and she's a 6 foot guard. I mean, I mean, yeah, I love it. I love it when they do good recruiting.
Right.
Jenica Lewis also played in OTE Select, um, and she's ranked number 21 nationally and number 5 in her for her position. Um, she's from Iowa, and I initially thought she was going to stay in Iowa and go to Iowa. I think that was one of the options. So, I'm not surprised about Notre Dame though. She's a really good long guard. She's fast, got handles. She fits in at Notre Dame. It makes sense. She fits in. Abby Nemechek is from Red Bank Catholic in New Jersey. She's ranked number 50 nationally and number 19 in her position.
Let,
Um,
let's stop right there. When I
mhm.
was we're sitting here, we're talking about all these like New York players and New Jersey players and what red not red flag, but just bell ding 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 ding. That coach from Rutgers is going to get all them. He going to get all of them. They going right to Rutgers. Watch what I'm saying. I'm saying it right here. He's believe me, he probably done contact the next class already.
Yeah,
He gonna stay on him. And he said he's recruiting in New Jersey and New York.
good. There's a lot of talent. As I'm watching the games, I'm like, there's a lot of talent in New York, a lot. And
He gonna go get them.
I remember we went to an AAU tournament. Um, I don't know, 3 or 4, 5 years ago, and we're young, we're playing up. Well, we weren't supposed to be playing up, but we ended up playing up, and we played a team from New York, and the poor little Georgia girls was getting manhandled. Okay, but also it was like a 16U 17U team,
Mhm.
and we were like 14U at the time. So we're fairly might have been 13U. I just know we were young, and they're like, well, this is just a good experience. It was kind of one of those things where we needed another game to play, and so they kind of put us with that team. And then I remember afterwards, And I really wish I remember who was on the team. But after the game, the girls just came and loved on our team. Like after they beat us down really bad, they just came and just were talking to them, and it was a beautiful sight to see. I wish I would have recorded it or took pictures of it, but it was really dope, like how they did that, because I think they felt really bad that they were just beating these little girls up, but they were really good. I was like, oh, New York got something else going on.
Mhm.
They got something else going on up there. Um, and last but not least, Lola Lampley. She is from Lawrence Central in Indiana, ranked number 17 nationally, number 8 in her position as a shooting guard, going to LSU. Uh, I didn't watch her play. I think I'm going to go back and watch and see. Um,
LSU, they need a big center. They need a 6'4", 6'5". They
yeah,
need a big. They keep on getting these 6'1", 6'2s". They need a 6'5",
yeah.
6'4", 6'5". They need to go get a big girl.
And see, on here it says she's a wing, but on here it says she's a shooting guard. So maybe she's a, you
That's
know,
what, that's what I'm saying. Like next year, I mean, they went and got the girl from that transferred.
hmm.
She's gone. And I don't know about the other big girl. Is she a senior? She came from Notre Dame. She'll still be there.
Oh, I'm not sure. I'm not sure.
I know
I think,
one of that one girl's gone. I know she's gone. She's a senior.
yeah, that's
I'm
a good question. We'll have to look into that.
looking into it right now.
So, again, a lot of these players played in the OTE Select. That OTE Select was a good way for you to see what's up and coming, because they pick all the best players in the country. Like you're playing against the number ones, and the top 10, top 15, top 20 players in the country.
Mhm.
I mean, just I knew that I was looking at a bunch of McDonald's All Americans. I knew it from the very beginning. Anybody that was on that court was going to play in the McDonald's All American game, and I will say that about everybody. Um, the new ones that are coming up, the younger ones. Now, the ones
She's a
that were
sophomore. She's a
okay,
sophomore, so she'll be there for the next 2 years. They need her. She's 6'5".
yeah.
She's gonna get better, though. I really believe that she will get better.
So first up, we've got Olivia Edwards. Olivia Edwards is she wears Band-Aid under her eye. She's a character, and she can dunk. She did not dunk.
Let's stop right there.
Hmm.
When I was looking at this list, I looked. I said, "Why would you go to Tennessee?
She signed.
It's
She This was our
chaotic.
this was last year.
It's
So
chaotic as hell.
she
After roster is transferring. What
she
is going on here?
she of course this pick was done right around the beginning of the school year. So,
In
before the
October, but
season.
I still, if I would have been the person, if I would have been her, and I'm looking at Tennessee, I'm like, oh no, I ain't going. I can't go
But
there.
I mean, maybe now she can always decommit and go somewhere else. But we'll see what happens. We'll see if she stays and goes. She's from Elite Sports Academy in Washington, ranked number 4 nationally and number 1 as a point forward. Um, she's good. To me, she's not very fast though. I feel like her reaction time sometimes is not, when you want it to be like, you got to move. That's the only complaint or thing that I could say about her. But she can dunk though, so she got hops. Jersey Robinson from Sierra Canyon, ranked number 3 nationally, number 2 in her position. And we already know she's going to South Carolina. She's a big guard. She was one of the ones that I saw last year when I was watching championship. games, I took note of her name, and went and kind of looked her up, and then um,
Yeah, I've been seeing her for a couple years.
yeah, um, she's nice. She's she she's a big guard, kind of big like Tessa. I think she's a little bit thicker than Tessa is. Um, so she's going to be a problem. She's going to be a whole problem on that court because she can pretty much, shoot it from outside. She can go to the basket. She's. I think South Carolina is going to make her a monster. Kind of like they're turning Joyce into a monster at this point. Joyce is Joyce is on another level. McKenna, yeah. Willisco, Archbishop Mitty from California, number 6, nationally ranked number 6, number 1 in her position, according to this. So I know what it says on there, but according to this, I think those might be national ranks. I'm not sure. She's going to Iowa. It makes sense. If you saw her game, you would be like, I can see why she's going to Iowa. It completely gives Iowa everything about her gives Iowa, and you can take that however you want to take it, but it makes sense. JC Albee, she is Liberty, Texas, Liberty High School in Texas, number 12, ranked nationally, number 5 in her position. I know it says number 9 ranked on here. So we know there's different ranking systems in different places.
For sure.
So,
everybody has their own opinion.
JC Abbey, though, the year before, in the first play, in the first game of OTE Select, she tore her ACL. The first play in the first game. I mean, it's a minute into the game, and she tears her ACL. So she's out her entire junior season. She comes back and she plays in OTE Select. You can kind of tell that she was pushing herself. I can tell. When you know someone that's been through an ACL injury, and you know what it looks like when there's probably more in there. They just are a little hesitant. I think by the time she gets to Notre Dame, it'll be there. But she played on the team that ended up winning the championship this year. She's a big guard. She can shoot it from out. She can bring the ball up. She's, got a nice little mid-range shot. And she's fast. She's really fast. So she's going to do well, I think, at Notre Dame. I think that's a good fit for her. A really good fit. Let's see. Addison Bjorn, also another player that played in OTE Select. She's from Park Hill, Missouri, and ranked number 14 nationally, number 6 in her position, and she's going to Texas. You know how you try to find words. It's going to be interesting to see her at Texas. That's what I'm going to say. I mean, if watching her in OTE Select, I didn't see Texas, but maybe she'll prove me wrong. Maybe she'll prove me wrong. I saw maybe Big Ten for her, but
well, obviously Texas sees something in her.
I agree.
And you can develop. I mean, the women are going to be there for 4 years. You can develop, and if she don't like it, she can transfer like all the other ones are doing.
Yeah. Trinity Jones, out of Bolingbrook in Illinois, ranked number 7 nationally, number 2 in her position. She's going to Clemson. I don't know much about Trinity Jones, so I think I'm gonna have to go check out.
I watched a couple games.
Oh, you did?
I still don't know too much about her.
Oh, okay. She didn't leave an impression on you. So
Not at
okay.
all.
All right. So I'm gonna have to go
I
back
was
and
like, what I did was I went in and I pulled, what the top players were in Illinois, and so I went and
hmm
tried to watch their games.
hmm
I really didn't see nobody that stood out to me, but maybe I'm wrong.
Okay. All right. Well, she's the only one from Illinois going to the McDonald's All American game. Now we
Yeah.
know there's there's the 5 stars and whatever. There's a whole list of the class of 2026, and it shows where they're going. There
Yeah.
could possibly be more on there that end up
Well,
being recruited.
this is the thing. I see, like, when I was looking at the list when you sent it to me, I was like, okay, so let me look at the recruits that these big teams got. And I said they jumped over some players. And then I mean, it's up to them whoever they want to invite. But to me, they jumped over some players
I agree, and we can talk about that too, because I think I think there's some players that definitely should be there. I
that they
think.
left out. They jumped over them. Like you got the girl. Well, we haven't gotten to her yet, but the girl in the West Sydney, she's number 33. And but you jumped over 17, 18. You went down to
hmm
20. I don't get it. But
I listen. We
it's all politics here to me.
that exactly.
And so I know when when Dawn Staley goes to recruit you, she see what she see. So them are the kids she's recruiting, and she got Jersey, but there was a
Yeah.
couple other ones too that was in the top 20,
Yeah.
and they jumped over and they didn't put him in the All American on
Yeah.
these teams, and I didn't understand that, and I went and looked at Texas, South Carolina, UConn,
hmm
all the big teams to see what their recruiting classes were, USC, and I was surprised that I didn't see. I seen one South Carolina, but then
Yeah.
I go look and I see the two players. They were 16 and 17, but they didn't get an on the All
Yeah.
American list. I don't
Yeah.
understand that now. But you went down to 20. You let the other girl from Texas that's going to Texas as an All American, but you jumped over the other two girls that
Yeah.
was going to South Carolina. It's a lot of politics in this stuff
I
here. So
agree. I agree. I absolutely agree. I'm with you when you right, boo. I'm with you when you
I,
right.
I feel
And
like maybe next year when we get more deeper into it, we'll do our own All Star West and not game, but
yeah,
what who we
players.
think is the top. Yeah, who we
Yeah.
think is the top 15. I don't know how many's on this team. Our top 15,
Okay.
and it might not be the same as their top 15. I don't think it will be, but I'm sure we'll feel a little different about different people. We're gonna keep it real. We're
Yeah.
not gonna put politics into it. So
Next up is Madden Greenway. She's out of Providence Academy in Pennsylvania. She's ranked number 9 nationally, number 2 in her position, going to Kentucky. Um, I feel like I watched Providence Academy, but
sounds familiar.
it does sound familiar because I was looking at Pennsylvania and I was going through some of their games. Um, I may have to go back and rewatch it um, and see what she's looking like because I don't know much about her, but it looks like they're getting another point guard at Kentucky. So
Hmm.
again, like I said, I believe Tony is graduating.
Yeah,
So
she definitely is. I think this is her 5th year.
mhm.
So she's definitely on her way to the WNBA. Hopefully, maybe she'll
Fingers crossed.
squeeze in there.
I'm rooting for you, Tony. I'm rooting for you. I want
If
you to
not,
make
she can
it.
go overseas. I mean, she's gonna play basketball next year.
Yeah, yeah.
So we'll see.
So next up
But
is
two
Bella
extra teams
Flemings.
in the WNBA, so you got an extra what 20, at least 24 players.
Yeah, Flemings is from William J. Brennan in Texas, ranked number 13 nationally, number 4 in her position. She's going to Duke. She's another OTE select player. She was really good in OTE, really good. Her and excuse me, another player that I think got snubbed, which is Natalia, who's going to Missouri. Those two girls were lighting it up from 3, like just. like nobody's business. She got a really good shot. She's fast, and I think she's gonna do well at Duke. I think she's gonna do well at Duke. I like the reloading that people are doing currently. Um, Aaliyah Spate. I know you have you heard of Aaliyah Spate?
Uh-uh.
She is another very short, and I mean short, super fast, absolutely insane point guard. Think of Hannah, the same type of, because you when you're that little, you're just extra spicy. You know what I'm saying? Like she's 5'7". I don't even think she's 5'7". I'm gonna be honest with you. She wasn't looking like no 5'7" to me. But she's one of those type of players that's gonna go in there, and you're gonna have to knock her unconscious to get her from scoring like the basket. Like that's how she is. She's from Bishop Gorman in Nevada, ranked number 42 nationally and number 5 in her position. And I'm tripping on the 42 because she's really good. So it's interesting that they have her number 20 on here.
Yes.
Because I was like, the 42 is not making, it's the math isn't mathing. She's really good. She also played, I think I said she played in OTE Select, and she was giving them nightmares. Um, like they basically, this particular game when they played them, I think this is the one where they won on a putback because Aaliyah brought her team back off the brink of losing. And now the game is tied and they gotta, so Sanaya's team ended up winning when Cece went to the basket, missed the mid range. Sanaya got the rebound and put it back up at the buzzer.
So Cece and Sinai was on the same team?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
They know they was wrong for that. Like I think they underestimated the level of play that Cece has. I think everybody underestimated it. And so when she came out on that floor, everybody was like, who was that? Like, wait a minute. Like the commentators, everybody was just tripping because she has this thing when she comes down, she rocks it. She does that little, I said, oh, she about to shoot it. She about to,
Mhm.
she is a three, is going in. Like, great games. Absolutely great games. And I think they made them all private. So you can't watch them right now, which is so annoying because I was watching them over and over again because they were such good games. Like all the games that we played were really good. Um, but yeah, Aaliyah was not, listen, that little demon was on demon time. Okay. The way she was, I said, oh, what is happening right now? Y'all better get it together. Y'all gonna lose this game. But you got the number one player in the country was not losing. She just was not. She's a winner. Let me just say that she's a winner. So Ashlyn Kapal, 6'2", guard out of Wagner High School in South Dakota. Here I have her ranked number 23 nationally, number 9 for her position, going to Nebraska. That makes sense. Good luck at Nebraska. They,
My cousin went to Nebraska and she was killing.
she played basketball.
Yeah, full
Mm,
ride.
okay.
Yeah. And she played in the before there was a WNBA, there was like a WBA or she
Mhm.
played in that league.
Oh wow.
Yeah, for San
Okay.
Jose.
All right, and last but not least, Cindy Bryant. She is ranked number 32 nationally, number 6 for her position as a point forward. She's from Centennial in California, going to Kansas. Um, and Kansas, uh, I want to see them do well. I hope that everybody that was there on the team stays and
They do.
nobody leaves, and maybe they can get another. I mean, they were really one player away. They were
Mm.
one player away from being great. There were so many teams like Clemson and that were really just one piece away from being really good. And I want to see parity. I want to see competitive games. I don't want to see blowouts all the time. The only team that I don't want to see in a competitive game is South Carolina. South Carolina wants you to just run over everybody. But anybody else, because I don't want that. I don't want my blood pressure up. Okay, I just need y'all to win, and I need y'all to win by a lot, so I can just relax and
Are
chill.
you
And
gonna watch the game this Saturday wherever they play? You gonna watch it, or you're not gonna watch the game? That's a shame.
I'm gonna try to watch the game. So basically, what Coach Ani is saying is that when they play games where it's a tough team and I'm worried, I don't watch because my nerves be bad. So I will pull up the app and I'll look and see what the score is. And if I feel like okay, they're doing well, I'll come and turn the game on. I'll be like, all right, I can watch it right now. But if it's one of those things where I'm looking and I'm like, oh, they're making my nerves. I had to sit through, watching, not being able to get up and leave and turn off my daughter's games, and that was enough stress on my blood pressure for the last 4 years. Actually, we can go back further than that, but for high school, the last 4 years. So, and then she's off to college, and then my blood pressure back up again. So, you know, it's just,
Why is that gonna be?
I want them to win. I want them to win, and so, you know, so those are the teams. And here, oh, I forgot about the snubs. Let's talk about the
Why
snubs.
the snubs? I want to see them.
All right. So these are some of the snubs. Bella Ragone is another player that was in OTE Select. I believe Morgan Stewart was as well. Um, I don't know. Kamora Fields, I watched her play. She's really good. Um, I watched her a couple of her games.
I see Notre Dame got some good players coming in. They got
Yeah,
good top 100, top 50 players.
yeah, yeah. They and that's the crazy things. Somebody was like, "Oh, because this was posted," and they said, "Well,
And
well,
another Texas commit. So you got how many little girls you gonna get, Texas? Cause she looks small too.
I don't think she is. I don't think she is. Let me see. I have to pull up. If I'm not mistaken, I don't think she's short, but they do need a big.
Who Texas?
Yeah.
Or no, Notre Dame needs a big.
Um,
They don't
wow.
have one this year, and they need one. All their bigs transferred. They
Mm, I'm trying to get her height. Here we go. She's 5'9".
See that's good because what's Rory about 5'5"?
Yeah, yeah. Kamara Fields is a good is another big big guard. Like she she's 6 foot. She's a wing forward. Um, she was shooting that thing. Like that turnaround fake. Listen, I was like, oh my god, oh my god, where is she going again? So, okay,
Here you go. Penn State's Kiyomi McMillan plans to enter the transfer portal. She told 5'8" sophomore guard from Silver Spring, Maryland, averages 21, 5, and 4. She's a five-star recruit, spent her freshman year at Rutgers before transferring to the Nittany Lions. She averaged 18 and 4 in her campaign. So
we're gonna have to do a whole nother video on all the transfer portal people when we get to when they
it'll be
send
a
you.
whole video because there's a whole bunch of them.
Yeah, it's gotta be a whole nother video about transfer portal people because they're starting to roll in, and it's interesting to see when you look at where these recruits are going, and then you look at the
Yeah,
people
but I
who are
mean,
leaving.
if you're a coach, you want somebody. I'd rather have a transfer than a freshman. I want it to be a mixture. I need some experience,
Yeah,
but if I'm going to be transferring, this is the way I look at. I'm not going to tell people I'm in the portal until I'm in the portal. I'm not going to tell people, and the only way I'm going to say I'm in the portal is I already know where I'm going. These kids, trust me, they're talking to play. They're talking to coaches and college. They're talking, and if they might not say they're in the portal yet, but I believe if, and this is one of the things I truly believe Audie Crooks is transferring, and if I don't think that she'll come out as a transfer in the like she's saying she's getting in the portal. She's gonna say she got in the portal, and she's gonna say I'm signing to. She's not gonna, you know what I'm saying? She's
yeah.
already gonna know where she's going before when she hits the
Some
portal.
people have like a like basically where you can't contact them. Like they have it, set up that way, where when they already know where they're going. Like Malaysia didn't. She knew she was going to LSU. There was no other team that she was talking to. So some people have it set up that way, where they jump.
Yeah.
They only have to put it in because
So when she hit the portal, she already knew she was going to LSU. It was no hitting the portal. Let's see what happens.
yeah,
No, I'm gonna behind the scenes. I'm gonna be talking to coaches,
yeah,
and then I will hit the portal, and I'm already gonna know where I'm going.
yeah,
Period.
yeah. So there are a lot of, I think there's a lot of 4 stars that are on and 3 stars that are on the McDonald's All American team. And so I think that's why they're calling these snubs because you have these 4 stars who are going to, big schools. Um, I hope Florida State can get it together because bless their hearts. I completely forgot they even had a basketball team this year. Um, but I'm hoping that maybe they can get some recruits and get some people to come in and play. Um, I did watch her play in the game. She's really good too. All of these girls on this list are good. I mean, really good players. So it's just unfortunate. I don't know what the if you're voted in. I don't know how it.
Not voting as politics. It's a committee, and it's a committee. So
Yeah.
it's who they want.
Yeah. So I am excited for this game. Again, it's going to be on Tuesday. March 31st. Played in is going to be played in Arizona, and uh, I'm really excited to see these girls play. I think people snooze on the McDonald's All American game.
Well,
They
they'll be
pull,
out there. They'll be out there this weekend. They're probably gonna be there on Friday or Saturday. Friday, Saturday.
yeah, the girls, yeah,
Yeah, for sure. Because they do a whole bunch of stuff, whole bunch of activities. They do a lot of things, and they do some. They have like 2 or 3 days of practices.
yeah,
You know, they're gonna do them probably around the McDonald house.
yeah.
Just different things like that.
Yeah, I'm really excited for the game. I really am. I'm the only person that gets excited about the McDonald's All American game because I like to see where people are going and I like to see the talent that's coming out of high school. There's some really the way that people train now and the extra work that they put in, you
Hmm.
can tell. I mean, it makes a huge difference if you can come in and make an impact like these freshmen are doing this year off the jump starting. I mean,
Who did you
there.
think was the number one freshman this year?
Ooh, that's a good question. I mean, because you got Izozu. I can Lord Jesus, Izozu. You know what I'm talking about.
The girl from
Syracuse. She's so nice. You have Aubrey down in um, Vanderbilt. Um, Jazzy Davison. I
you
mean,
gotta go with Jazzy Davidson. She was the best
she
to me this year, freshman, because she came right in like
she didn't have a choice.
yeah, but she. What I'm saying is she didn't come in like I'm timid. Let me get settled in. She kept in. Boom, I'm here.
Yeah,
Y'all gotta guard me.
yeah.
Well, I'm gonna get 30 on you.
Real fast. I'm gonna pull
Yeah,
this three up on you. I'm gonna come down and
with
just
that
pop you
left
in
hand.
your face. Yeah.
She need to work on her right, but she did what she do with her left.
Mm-hmm.
She gets the right, boy. And I'm pretty sure she's probably gonna be working out with Juju this summer. And I'm just telling you, it's gonna be real nasty in Southern California next year. It's gonna be real nasty, real because UCLA is gonna drop off. USC is gonna ascend, and I believe that they're probably gonna win the Big Ten next year.
I'm rooting for him. I'm rooting for him. I'm rooting for Juju to be back. She's definitely was missed this year.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
I think
Um,
she could have came back this year at the end, but I,
yeah,
I I feel like it's just better for her to just sit out and just work out and get stronger.
I agree.
You know what I'm saying? That was the best thing she could have did. So
I agree. All right, so that is the McDonald's All American game. Again, that's Tuesday, I believe at 7:30 Eastern time, 7 p.m. or 7 p.m. Eastern, 4
yes,
p.m. Pacific, because of course it's being played in Arizona,
yes.
and it's going to be a really good game. I
6 p.m.
promise.
Central, you guys. 7 p.m. Eastern. 6 p.m. Central. 4 p.m. West Coast. 4
Yes.
p.m. West Coast.
Yes. So look out for the McDonald's All American game. Again, it'll be on YouTube too. So, if you don't get an opportunity to catch it live, you can watch it on YouTube and check out these girls. I promise you, Sanaya Hall is insane. If you did not watch OTE Select when the games were on YouTube, you missed out because they were some great games. Every single game that was played was amazing. And most of those McDonald's All American players were playing in those games. So check out the McDonald's All American game. We'll be back again this weekend to talk about the Elite Eight games, of course.
We talk about the winners, the losers, and the people that's moving forward.
Yes. Yes, yes, yes. So thanks for tuning in. Please do us a favor. Of course, we're always going to end with like,
subscribe.
subscribe, follow, all of the things on all the social media platforms. We are We Ballin' Too on every social media platform. We appreciate all the people who check us out and are engaging with our content. So
We appreciate y'all. We really
we
do.
do. Thank
Peace.
you.